It's day 134, I think. I'm a creepy old house, which, however, protects me from the heat, so it fulfills its purpose. This was going to be about something else, but I already forgot because I made a cool thing. That's what it says. Look at this. You see this? Yes, I cannot do a screenshot from the PC. I still don't have a mic, but they'll have some. It's gonna be better. For now, it's like this. The point is, I have snapshot testing. This is a huge thing, and a big part. There's a very good article on it. It's called something like, I think it's my kind of REPL. So there's, I'm not sure if it's gonna be visible, but there's a great article on this, my kind of rebel. It's called. Is it even? There we go. This thing. So in that, there are huge ideas on better testing practices, especially when the code is changing, the workload is more difficult, and exactly the kind of things which I'm working on, and where the fixed visual tested could be changed a lot, or expected to change a lot, especially then. It's just a way to simplify writing tests enormously, and basically the idea that you can, you normally, when you wrote a piece of code, you run some commands with the code base, especially if it's isolated. It's very common to run the code with some sets of parameters, and then put some print statements somewhere in the middle, or a debug step through it, right, to see how it's behaving. Now, what if you do the same thing, just put it in a test? But when you're making a test, normally you need to look at the correct output, like calculate the correct output, and then only then you can make a test. But that's inconvenient. It's much less convenient than just providing parameters and putting a print statement and just having it run, right? So you wouldn't default it. But what if you just run the damn code and then you just put the execute the result of executing the thing to a different file? Make it a string, put it to a different file, and how about you have the result, right? And it's much, much, much faster to check if the result seems about correct. Especially if you could have good representation, which I know we do. So when it's a bunch of numbers, obviously it's difficult, but if you have a good string template for converting the data type into string, which is easily debuggable by it's enormous documentation, because it will never go old. When something changes, when something breaks, you'll have just failed test. When you update the test, you update how it looks. So in the code, for example, this is from the library which defines it, right? Can I show it? Yeah. So this thing is from the library which defines this. Now, meaning that I can see very, very easily what it does is I can see very easily what even this function does. Like, and when I'm going to be using it, it's also going to be extraordinarily simple, because I just have a string conversion, and it makes it so much easier to debug. For example, I have another place where I have like this. Yeah, so this one, upper one is this is so gross. The upper one is the price, the lower one is indicator values. And now it took me zero time to do this, because I already have the other thing. And with this, if I change how indicator works, if I know approximately how indicator should work, it's much more difficult to mess up. If I know where it should react, where we should get the orders. Now, what if I print the orders which were produced by the protocols, given the protocols which are only considering the price, the last part of them, I could just place the orders right underneath the according place on this thing, and it makes it so much easier. Like, it's trivial to see whether the order update should be or should not be produced at the point, because you see all the inputs visually right there. right in the text, right in the code. It's right there. It's so much simpler. It makes it so much simpler. This is insane. If you're not doing snapshot testing already, start doing it. It's amazing. It changes everything. Goodbye.